When I feel you brush past me, I can feel a smile forming. Mari kita rakyat Singapura sama-sama menuju bahagia.
Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, un mondo di giustizia e speranza. Ognuno lo chiama, ma non lo sa. Vicino, simbolo di pace, di fraternità.
全球的观众朋友，你好，我是美香，也是 Eeva。我们今天非常高兴在新加坡机场第3搭客大厦访问一位未来的可能的巨星王蔼清，应该叫她小妹妹吧，因为她今年才15岁。还有她的父亲，很特别的，她父亲是个牙医，可是自己也很爱唱歌，所以我们今天请到他们2位，非常欢迎你们。因为呢，他们2位很客气啊。说这个中文说的不好，所以我们今天的节目进行的很特别。我讲中文，他们讲英文，这叫做世界潮流，好吗 ？OK。那么我想问一下王先生啊，你们全家了，你有4个女儿
，4个女儿。
你是不是打算计划把她培养成为一个国际巨星？你有这样的想法吗？全家
Actually, I think that each of my daughters can sing. I just feel that Nathania here is very special. And she has the potential to do really well, but I wouldn't want her to do something that she's not really keen on. I want this to be her passion, because if it's her passion, she will be able to go far with this.
But I mean, did you plan the whole family would try to find a chance for her and hope she in the future can be a superstar in the singing area?
I don't think there were any plans to begin with.
Yes.
Because when she was young, all of us enjoyed singing, but we found that from a very young age she was very special. So there are no plans for her to be a superstar, but of course we have dreams. We hope that she can become a superstar.
Yay!
But you know, in the singing industry, if you have this planning, you need to do something. Like maybe you will have to find a chance for her singing in front in the important event, some kind like 青年奥运会. It's a youth Olympic, right? And she's singing in that stage. Did you find any kind of this kind of a very international stage and let her singing in front of the people?
I think that if she has opportunities, we would love for her to. We're always looking for ways in which we can expand, but unfortunately being a dentist and being out of the music business for a long time, I've lost a lot of my contacts. So we are always trying to find new ways in which she can actually be put out into the world to showcase her talent, showcase the gift that we feel that God has given to her. If an opportunity comes up, we certainly will grab it, and we will continue to look.
OK， 因为现在很多年轻人在追梦的过程当中，有很多事情是需要平衡的，到底能不能够把功课跟表演平衡得很好？所以我要问这个蔼清，她有没有办法平衡 ？So do you think you can balance your homework and your performance business? Do you think these two things you can do very well to do the balance about this too?
Well, I'm probably not the best person at my studies, but I do try quite hard during exam period. But most of the time, I think I'm quite slack. But I shouldn't be so slack. He'll say so, but he'll say that I shouldn't be so slack, and yeah, it's true. But I'm a little bit guilty of that. So yeah.
And since you are 4 or 5 years, you're singing on the stage, right?
Yeah.
Until now, how do you feel about your singing? Did you change?
Yeah, I definitely changed over a lot of times.
Yes.
But then I guess it's all about growth. So when I was younger, I would sing like this little girl who had no idea what she was doing on the stage, but she knew that she liked it. So, and that was the important thing. So as I grew up over time, I learned more about how to, in a way, try and interact more with the audience and perform better. Yeah.
爸爸，你有没有想过会让他去演电影，还是做其他的 ？Not only singing, maybe movie or something else.
Someone once described Nathania as a singer who can dance and who can act. So she has had some acting experience, but I still feel that her primary role is as a singer. However, if the opportunity comes up to go into theatre and to movies, it's certainly something if she would like to do, I would support her for this.
You know, some of the 运动员 say. 运动员 they will spend maybe per day 2 or 4 or 8 hours to learn their skill. Did you do that as well? Maybe per day to learn how to sing better for 2 hours or 4 hours per day. Did you do that?
She's supposed to do 1 hour a day, but she does train most days. She does train most days because, like an athlete, if you don't train, you will lose what you already have. And there are always things that we can do to improve ourselves, especially with singing.
Yeah.
Yes.
She hasn't reached her potential yet. She's a long way from her potential.
And do you want to her how to say that attend a lot of singing competition? Yeah.
I think if there were good singing competitions, I would certainly encourage her to take part in it. But I think at this stage of her career, it's more important to really look beyond competitions and more into the professional realm. I think that she has gone through some competitions, but experience means that she really needs to get beyond the competition stage and actually go into a more professional scene to perform and to record and to perhaps even act on stage.
Some of the singers, their singing skill is very strong, very good. But some of the singers, they sing what they feel. It's very, how to say that, they sing their feeling. And what kind of singer you think you are?
I think I'm a bit here and there. Like, I want to be a good singer who's able to portray her feelings to everyone who listens to her, and also for them to also be able to empathize. Well, for me to be able to empathize with other people and to be able to just put those feelings into song and to really just help them to feel more and maybe to encourage them if maybe they were going through a bad time.
How did you taught your child, because she's so talented and so beautiful, and I heard her singing is very, very special compared with the other young girl. But you know, for the girl and for the woman, when she grow up, she has maybe how to say that, family, and she has feeling have met another boy and fall in love and something like that. Did you feel maybe go to the singing will affect that her family life or something in the future?
Her mummy has said she's not allowed to have a boyfriend until she's at least 21.
18.
So she's got 6 more years to go.
Why you say 18 and you say 21?
Because I was talking to mommy and mommy was like really, really tired. So then I was like, so she was talking, Natty, you're not allowed to have a boyfriend till you're 21. And after I was like, but then I'll never get married. And after she was like, oh, okay. Okay, 18, okay.
So her father is 21 or 18?
I think she finds the right person. I won't stop her.
But if
She wants to be good at something.
she met someone, but maybe the person doesn't like her singing or performance, do you think that you will stop it? Or you will say, okay, this one is not what I want?
I think that if I really met the right person for me, that person would really enjoy my singing, and maybe they'd be a bit lonely, but I tell them to deal with it. No, I'm kidding. I'd probably apologize to them, and depending on how I feel at that time, I would probably think about it a bit more, maybe at that time, because I'm not sure how I would take that now, because I haven't found any guy that I love. So I'm good for now.
Yeah. I know you have 4 daughters. All the daughters are different, right? They are different, right?
Absolutely.
And
Completely different.
what is different between her sister and I read the English name, Nathania.
Nathania.
Yeah.
Nathania has always been the younger sister,
Yes.
and she's always been what we would call a chili buddy. But I would say that each of my daughters is different. What I always said about Nathania is that she was Little Miss Personality. Ever since she was young, there's this bright spark in this little girl, and she's never lost that. And there is, I love each of my daughters differently. I love them equally, but differently for different reasons. But Nathania, because she shares in my singing, is probably I spend more time with her than the other sisters now because of her singing. But I have spent time with the other sisters when they were growing up as well. So hopefully you don't feel too left out.
不过我们今天呢，我要讲一下，她来接受采访，姐姐全部到了，妈妈也来了，全家都在这里，而且我可以感觉到他们一直盯着我们，我们不是只有我们在做访问的，他们盯着我们看。我觉得这个家庭的 connect 非常 strong and love each other, so I can feel the family love. 在这个感觉里面，所以呢，当你要让一个孩子成功的时候，我觉得全家的支持是很重要的。那么在节目的中间，你会听到他唱歌，你会看到他的风采，或许我们有机会看到他们父女同台的感觉。会见。
Young girl, it's alright. Your tears will dry. You'll soon be free to fly. Within life is a journey. It can take you anywhere you choose to go. As long as you're learning, you will find all you need to know. You'll make it, you'll break it. So forsake it because
You know, a lot of young girls, when they are in your age, maybe they just study, everyday study and maybe go out with friends. But you are so famous now in Singapore. You're singing in the international stage. How did you feel about your result so many years, since you're 4 years old until now? How did you feel about that?
Well, when I was 4 years old, I actually just did one performance on Total Defense Day with my sister, and then we sang home, and then it was just like silent for a bit because, well, I was 4, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, but then, so it all came down to a competition when I was in primary 4, and when I won that competition, that's when I decided that, hey, actually maybe I'm half decent at this and I really enjoy it, so why don't I just why don't I just start singing and performing more? I think that'd be great because, I mean, if I like it, then why not?
Yes. And did you discuss with your father and mother that time? Or ask they say, oh, I want to perform, please give me.
Yeah, after the performance and maybe the next day or the next few days, I was just like, daddy, 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 mommy, 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 please, can I perform? Please, 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 I really, really want to. Please, please, can I, yeah? And after that, they were just like, oh, okay. And I think they got a bit bothered, so they decided to go, and then they signed me up for maybe some singing classes. Yeah. And so that's when I got started performing.
How did you feel your result? You can do so well in singing. And how did you think you're so young and you get a lot of fans? They say you are very good. How did you feel this?
Well, I think I was quite happy about someone saying that I was good, and I was like, oh, yay, they like it. And then so as I went on, as I progressed more, I realized that I actually became a better performer. I definitely improved some more since I first started. And I think that I'm not that famous yet since, I don't think a lot of people do know me yet. But I hope that they will, and I hope that when it comes to the point that they hear me, I hope that they'll like my voice, definitely.
And how your friend, your classmate, when they saw you on the TV and singing in the Olympic Youth, how did they say to you? Say, oh, you're so good. I don't know you can sing or anything.
I think that I accidentally sang during an exam once when I hadn't realized it, and then, so I think they all knew that this girl likes to sing, obviously. And I actually didn't tell a lot of people about the Youth Olympic Games because I was actually quite confused about it myself. But when they heard me on stage singing, they were like, hey, I know her, and I was like, oh. Yeah, okay. Then they told me maybe the next day at school, they were like, hey, I saw you on TV last night, and I was like, oh really? And after they were like, yeah, and I was like, oh, okay.
And did you feel happy?
Yeah, I was definitely quite happy about that. I was like, yay, people know me now.
Okay, in my hand got your first album. Can you share the story about this album?
Well, I wrote 3 of the songs, as in I wrote them, and then someone helped me to improve on the words because I'm definitely not the best with the words. But I wrote this song called Perfect, and it was a song that I really wrote when I was having a hard time, and then I was thinking like, oh, why can't I perform more? Why can't I sing more? Why can't I be good? Why can't I be even better?
Oh.
And then so I was just sitting down, and then I started writing it because I really just had some help from a little friend who told me that it's okay, you can do it. And then so I wrote the song as an encouragement to myself, and then it ended up on this album.
You mean the song? And you want to be a perfect singer?
I don't need to be perfect, but I want to be the best that I can be. And I want nobody to be able to say that, oh, you're not good, or you are not as good as I thought you were, or something like that. I just want people to not be able to deny that I can sing and that I'm a good performer, because I'm definitely not the best now, but I'm trying.
Okay. Oh yes. But why you will have idea want to be your own album? Why? What is the story about this album?
We've always wanted to produce an album. For many years, she wasn't ready yet, vocally or even with her songwriting. But at the age of 15, we felt that she had to make an album now, because at 15 she's still a child. But when she gets above 16, she'll be competing against adults. She'll be compared with adults. So it was actually quite a last-minute decision to do the album. From the initial conception of the album to the time it was completed was probably only about 2.5 or 3 months.
Oh.
So it was extremely quick. It was actually faster than I thought we could get it out.
Yep.
Yes. And you know when you sing on the stage and singing in the studio is quite different. So you have any, how to say that? It's very easy to sing in the studio or easy singing in the stage. What is the difference to you?
My dad thinks that he prefers to sing in the studio than to perform, but I prefer performing to sing in the studio because he says that if you make a mistake in the studio, you can just clean it up. But when you sing on stage, it's just a one hit. But then I prefer performing because there's more of an adrenaline rush when I go on. But in the studio, I felt kind of dead. So I was a bit dead. But then my dad told me like, you have to switch it on. You have to switch it on. And I was like, okay. And I was like, how do you switch it on? And then so I was like, switch on. So I still wasn't very good in the studio, but over time, like going and trying a few more times, then I realized that actually I can turn it on. I just have to visualize the stage in front of me,
Yes.
and then I can sing how I normally perform.
You get it. Yes.
Yeah.
OK， 我们等一下来问一下他的爸爸，他对他女儿的声音有什么样的感觉？香午茶是非常温馨的，因为我们在新加坡的机场第3达克大厦进行访问王蔼清这位非常可爱、非常聪明的女孩子，她的歌声。如果你听到，我们会播放，你会有你的感觉。那么现在呢，在现场已经开始播放音乐，因为这是机场，所以呢，我们把这个现场的状况给你感受一下。那么最后想问爸爸哈，你对于你女儿的唱歌，你有什么评价吗？How did you feel her singing?
I think from the time she was very young, I've realized that this girl had a very special gift. Her tone is very unique. She has a very sharp tone, but it's also a nice sharp tone, and not some of the screechy sounding voices. I also feel that she has the ability to be able to transmit feelings and emotions in her music. But there's so much more to learn and so much more to develop. I really feel at this point her voice is probably at about 30% of the potential. There's a huge amount more potential for her to go into. And Daddy always reminds her she's not good enough yet.
你可以看到那个爸爸对她的爱哈，一直在提醒她。Okay, the last question is, you remember you just talked to me before the show start. You say you think you how many percent is your
25% talent.
Picture adds up to 100.
Hey, I didn't do that badly in math, please. I was thinking about along the lines of 25% talent, 50% hard work and 25% of opportunities. Yeah.
哇，他的成功哲学你听见了没有？希望年轻的朋友能够好好的掌握住自己，越早了解自己，你就越能够走出自己成功的道路。今天非常谢谢两位到节目当中来，也谢谢大家的观赏，谢谢，再见。
Un mondo di giustizia ed speranza, ognuno odiava, ma non volse vicino, simbolo di pace, di fraternità. Un mondo senza più un mondo di giustizia e speranza, ognuno odiava, ma non volse vicino, simbolo di pace, di fraternità. Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, un mondo di giustizia.
力的呼声，让你的生活更美好。